Now, Joyce has contacted me through the premium site and asked me for a simple sky. She said, could you do and show me a simple sky because I'm having difficulty getting it right. So this is what I'm doing now. Now what I've done all that already to save time. And what you've got to remember when you're doing the skies, you must have, because you've got the sandpaper, you've got to have a very good layer of an undercolour, like it can be white in this case, it could be ivory, it could be light grey, but you've got to have one of those three. Now it's not sufficient to do that. You think, well, I've got the white on, Colin. Can you see the difference between the two? Now if you were to put blue on top of that, the blue would touch the paper that you can see coming through there. If that happened, then you would end up with too much blue. I'll show you that an example in a minute or two. So what you do is you go back and forth until you completely cover the paper. I've done all of that. Then what you do is you then rub with your finger. You see all that dust on there? I haven't taken any of it off because that again helps to push it into the paper. There you go. Now there's a good base for you. Now we're going to keep this really simple. So we then I'm looking at two more colours. One is the lighter of blue, which is 140, and the other is 143, which is a slightly stronger blue. Now we start off at the top, and if we want, we could have this just plain blue, but I think it would be nice just to have some kind of clouds in it. But I'm not going to do fluffy woolen cotton wool clouds because they are a little more difficult. We're just going to keep this simple. So just come in and just think, there's a little bit of cloud there, and you want maybe just cut in there, and then you can leave that little bit of cloud there. And as you come down, you can think, coming across like this, you can think, I'll have a little bit more cloud there and there. Doesn't matter. What do you say? Now go right down to the bottom, the blue. I'm not going to finish the picture off. This is just the sky we're dealing with at the moment. There you go. Now that's pretty straightforward, and I think everybody can do that. That's not really a problem, is it? Okay, now you've got that, just rub it. Now you've got to press quite hard. If you were to press lightly, you'd end up with it like that. So you've actually got to press quite hard. Okay, and just go right across. Don't worry that you're going into some of the white cloud. That's going to look good if you do that. Now, how simple is that? Now you could leave it like that, and I can assure you, once you get all the other details down here, that sky's going to look quite nice. But that's okay. Let's move on though. Let's make it just a little stronger. We can put a little bit more blue in. But this is the same blue because we've already got the pattern emerging now. We know where the clouds are going to go. So we'll do another coat of blue, following the same pattern as before, and that's also rubbed in. Once you rub the first one in, the second one rubs in much easier. Now even if you put 10 more coats of that blue on, you wouldn't get it much darker than that because it's a light blue. So that's when we switch from that blue to this one, and we start at the top. And what we're going to do now is bring the blue from there down to the cloud. Obviously the cloud's going to stand out more now because we've got a stronger blue, and we bring it down here like that, and then stop for a minute, because what we want to do, if we carry it on the way, it's going to be too dark. So what we do now is we bring it in and we fade it off as we get down to the bottom. In other words, you lighten it off until really down here it's just barely touching the paper at all. Okay, that's dead simple. And at the top you can make sure that you've got that nice and strong. Okay. Now, when you blend it now, it's going to be a lot stronger at the top. Again, quite a lot of pressure on that to make sure it goes in. But look how nice that is. Yes. And here, exactly the same. And when you get to there, you think, oh, perhaps I could leave that. Yes, you can. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. If it's nice and nice. These things tend to have a happy accidents when you're doing this kind of thing. So you can stop. But as you get down to the bottom, you see, that's quite nice now, left alone. So I think that would be nice to leave, wouldn't it? Now, how much different is that? If I just turn it upside down, you'll see now that the horizon is much lighter than the base. That's natural. Go out and check it. You'll find that that's usually the case. Now, when you've done that, now you'll be able to arrive, with a bit of practice, you'll be able to get there. What I would do, and I'd leave it that, no more blue. What I would do now is to come back with your white, and this time, just bring it. Now, it's up to you how far you go. I'll just take you to the simple stages, that is, like that, and tail off. Like that, and tail off. That's fine. Simple cloud. Same here, because you've got white, and then you can just tail off. So leave it at that. And here, it might be nice to have it sort of like wispy, like that. Perhaps a few distant clouds in there, be nice, like that. Leave it at that. Finished. But if you want to go a little bit further, you can then bring the fluffiness in. It depends how far you want to take it. See the difference that makes? That's nice. And here, I don't like that personally, so I would break that off there with my finger, and then have a little tail off there. And I would also, coming down here, I'd also just do that. This is quite nice. I quite like that. No reason to change it. Just maybe enlarge it a little bit, but and it's the same with that. Stop. Quite nice. If you want to take it just that one stage further, you can use one of these. Now, this is a double-ended eraser, and this is the soft end I'm using. But let's say you wanted to. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because what I want to do is, if I was to put the white directly on the blue, it would be influenced by the blue underneath. But because I've rubbed it out, it means that I've got raw board there, raw paper rather, and I can bring it back. So now I can put just a little bit of detail if I want to. Stop, leave it. You see how far you can take it. Now, I think that's about as far as we want to go today, because this was a simple sky, and it's something that I think if you do those stages, the stage 1, 2 and 3, one of those is going to suit you. So I hope you'll like it, Joyce. Keep the requests coming in, as you see from this. I'm only too happy to oblige you.